is um, a, a gameplay of efootball. And Liga MX um, has a league for efootball, and the Javier Aguirre, Mexico national coach, returns. Was the coach of 2002, 2010, and 2024. Mexico. Um, the Raul Mendez and Henry Martin returns. Chucky Lozano and Chicharito. He has visited the players that um you see their level before the World Cup prepare for the World Cup 2026 on Mexico. And like first in the Copa America, like Lozano, the former coach of Mexico, was like I don't want to. He was like a good coach, but like he did brought some good players. He did try to put the starting goalkeeper from America because like Ochoa has been score a lot of goals, has been getting score a lot, and they let go of Ochoa because he's not in his same level anymore. And even Chicharito that was good, but then he went to MLS and his level went down. He was good. It's just that maybe he didn't train hard enough to keep his level, and so he was changed. And then they thought that like Santi Jimenez was good. They Santi Jimenez, I think Santi Jimenez has a lot of chances. And like maybe others are trying to say Santi Jimenez from Europe. We need our Euro players, but like Santi Jimenez didn't like show his performance or show his skills in the matches of international, and he has missed a lot of goals. And he didn't. The only goal he scored was just the Gold Cup, but then he hadn't scored a lot of goals in Mexico. And Chucky Lozano was good. Like Lozano was still a good coach. I think he would have been a good coach for Mexico if he didn't make a mistake by selecting Charlie Rodriguez from Cruz Azul and Chino Huerta from Pumas. Both players that wasn't that good. Chino Huerta that shows in a penalty shootout against Honduras, and he missed a lot of goals, and he wasn't good in the qualifier against the Copa America. Mexico would have been eliminated. If I was coach, I would have said they would have been eliminated from Mexico, and but we qualified because the referee repeat the penalty 3 times, and that's how Chino Huerta. That's how we process and move on to the next round. And Mexico now has his um Javier Aguirre. Javier is a good coach from Mexico, former Atletico coach. Is in Spain. Good coach. But like I say, with as a viewer and as a fan, watching Mexico since Mexico won the Conference Cup and the Conference Cup for Mexico with Cuauhtemoc Blanco and that he selected Conejo from Cruz Azul from 2010 and didn't select Ochoa when Ochoa was the main star when he was young. Memo Ochoa, and he scored goals. black goalies when he was with America, and then but right now, Mexico lost in the 2010 World Cup against Argentina because of Conejo, and Ochoa has been being scored a lot of goals, and Mexico lost in the Nation League and the Gold Cup against USA 3 times, the Nation League, and Mexico hasn't processed to a new, better coach system, and um, Jimmy Lozano was a good coach for Mexico because, but like I say, I made a last video that Charlie Rodriguez wasn't in that level. I wasn't ready for Mexico, and even Chino Huerta and Santi Jimenez. Santi Jimenez I thought he was good because he scored goals in Europe, but then throughout those matches and time, he hadn't scored in the matches. He hadn't scored at all. Only one goal is the Gold Cup, but hadn't scored a lot of goals. And Atuna, that's super fast, but with speed. But Atuna hasn't done anything. Atuna wasn't good. He was good in Cruz Azul, but then supposed to be good, but then no. But like I say, after the World Cup, they have to select better players. 2030 for Rafa Marquez. Rafa Marquez was a good coach. I know if he's a good coach, Rafa Marquez, because he did have some big experience with Barcelona. But he was a good captain. That's how Mexico was good. Because Rafa Marquez was a good captain. He was a good leader. And that's how Mexico won a lot. And with Rafa Marquez returning, I think the players were going to start listening. And they're going to shape up the team to do well. And with Javier from the new coach for Mexico has Rafa Marquez as assistant. Like Chucky Lozano was good, but like I say in the Copa America, Mexico had a chance to with good players because like there's Tati Corona, there was like a lot of good players. There was like Cordova, but now they're gonna look up players. And like the only mistake that he did was for the coach of Mexico, Lozano was not looking up the players and take their time, go to each team, select the best players, the mejores, the good players, and then they do well. But now they're gonna get Monterrey, and players like Tati Corona to come back. They say all the players to come. Like I say, Mexico sooner or later they have to like find players that they're like doing well in Europe, like domestic league, like needs to do well. Practice. I think America lost the penalty shootout because didn't practice harder enough, didn't like pay attention in America to do well, to train. You know, if I was coach for Mexico, America, to practice and train, and then not be lazy, and then maybe they do well. And but like with my last video, I guessed correctly about Charlie Rodriguez and Chino Huerta will be selected for the Selección Mexico, the Mexico team, and they lost. Chino Huerta and Charlie Rodriguez shouldn't have played. Like the good players that I think that do well, like Jorge Sanchez, um, with the attitude that he has of doing those matches in the Copa America, didn't do well, and it always caused a lot of fouls, committing fouls a lot in the soccer game. And I think as a fan, he shouldn't play. That's my point of view. Like everyone has their opinion, and that like Raul Jimenez is good and Henry Martin, but like I say, maybe I don't know about Henry Martin level. Raul Jimenez probably will do well. Maybe he's the only forward that would do well. Henry Martin maybe would do well, but I don't know if he will score goals. Um, they need players like there's like Alexis Verga. There's players like Chucky Lozano could have played for Copa America, but what happened? The coach from Lozano selected Sub-23, and he did have a chance, he knew, but like I said, those two players, the starting lineup, they didn't got injured to do well, but they did got injured, like Malagon from America, the goalkeeper was injured, El Machine got injured, and if had a chance to didn't got injured, I think Mexico would have done well. But they got injured, but he selected like inexperienced players. Like he chose Charlie Rodriguez, he chose Chino Huerta, Santi Jimenez. Santi Jimenez, maybe it's good, but no. Hadn't scored a lot of goals. Hadn't improved enough with his level in Europe that he didn't score a lot of goals. And with Rafa Marquez returning, and if Rafa Marquez, I'm just guessing, if Rafa Marquez would learn and study with the head coach Javier Aguirre with tactics and learn how to play football, and because Rafa Marquez is a good captain for Mexico, a good captain, like they're gonna bring good players. I think they will bring good players. They probably bring like Fidalgo. They probably bring Monterrey, the forward. That is good. I have shown the players from Monterrey, and they have good players. I don't think Hector Marón will return as a starter because, maybe they will. I think Hector Marón was still young, and he was still in that level, high level, and I think he would have still has started for Copa America if the former coach of Lozano, have selected experienced players with Ochoa to return. Either Ochoa do well at practice and gets his level, or if they select Ochoa, will Mexico get score a lot of goals because Ochoa is not doing good with Europe and they keep getting score, or have the America goalie Malagon to be a starter, and with Lozano, maybe Tati Corona defense. Which players who will be defender? who will be as the starting defenders? Will they bring Jorge Sanchez? Jorge Sanchez um hasn't played well. He returned to Cruz Azul from Europe, and he's not doing good in his play. Jorge Sanchez, and caused a lot of fouls, and they need either keep him as a starter or select a different player. This is not a player that plays for AC Milan. He could play, or because after the World Cup and then 2030, which forward would play? Because like if you don't see how Argentina plays, they need like players like Fidalgo. They need to select players like Fidalgo, players like from Monterrey, players like defense, midfield with AC Milan or